Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope you guys are doing well. Today, we're taking a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano once again. I'll be giving you guys my thoughts about where we currently are in the market and where we might be heading in the near future. We're on the 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin, and as you can see, my charts really haven't changed much because everything is still relevant to me and it's still in play. I still have this bigger wedge pattern, and the more important pattern is this upward trend line that I'm hyper focusing on at the moment. As you can see, I charted this out the past few videos. Bitcoin has acted exactly like I thought it was going to act. It has taken this support and pumped up, retraced, bounced off support, pumped up, retraced, and now we're currently testing it again. For the immediate future, I do see us coming down a little bit more to test that support line before making a small little bump. It's not going to be anything major. We'll have another small little bump here. And we'll just keep climbing up to that $41,000 range. Hopefully by the end of this week, we start kind of leveling off in that $40,000, $41,000 range, and we start claiming that that price point for our current new, I guess, standard is what I want. Maybe there's a word I'm looking for. I don't know. But hopefully we start claiming that 41,000 price point in the near future. Now, again, that's not to say that we can't get a little bit more manipulation and we can't thread this on the low side. If we do, hey, don't thread about it, guys. Don't get too worked up about it. It happens. Support lines, it doesn't just work 100% of the time. A lot of times they do get broken, like it was a small break here, right? It was a small break here. The wicks, all wicks matter. The wicks matter, guys. So we might wick below it. We might come below it actually and thread that line. But so long as we're still making that climb, that's all that really matters in the macro time frames, guys. So that's what I see happening with Bitcoin right now. Again, we're trading at 38,500. We might go down to the 3,800 range. And if we do, I might look for an entry for a small scalp or quick scalp. But I would have to have more confirmations than just hitting this trend line. I'd have to have RSIs kind of telling me what it wants to do, and I'd also have to have a bigger anchor wave on Market Cipher. By the way, I do use Market Cipher, guys. I'll put a reference link below if you guys want to get Market Cipher and use it as well. I do have a referral link below. I said reference, referral link below. But I also do use, just to throw it out there, I don't just use Market Cipher. I use another indicator called Insight that my friend made for further confirmation. But I will link those below if you guys want to use them. If you guys want to learn how I'm looking at the charts and use the indicators that I use, it'll just be down below. No biggie. It's just me doing what I do. But if you guys do, that'd be helpful. But yeah, that's what I see happening for Bitcoin currently and in the near future. Ethereum's a lot easier, to be honest with you. Ethereum, I've been showing you guys this Fibonacci retracement that I've had up on the charts for some time, and I told you guys that I thought that we'd just be ranging within this channel. And the channels that I'm speaking of is at 0.382 to 0.236 channels for the Fibonacci retracement. As you can see, for the past 9 days, give or take, we did break below it really good once, but that was because of manipulation. If you guys don't know, on the 4-hour time frame, on any time frame on Market Cipher, whenever you see a yellow X, that indicates market manipulation. So not legit price action. All of it's legit because all of it's fair in love and war, but that indicates that that's being manipulated, guys. And I'm not going to get into the hows and whys, but that's what that signifies when you see a yellow X is market manipulation. So you can see we dipped well below that 0.236 after that manipulation. But then we came right back up. The bulls rallied. We pushed it right back up, tested resistance, came back down to support. Again, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong. And right now we're back down to that support level. Now we might test it again and break below it like we have in the past here. And just because we do, and there's nothing to worry about, guys. You guys got to start looking at the bigger picture instead of worrying about the smaller time frames. Now, if you're leverage trading and you're one of those like really quick scalpers, yeah, worry about it. But that's up to you to practice proper risk management and do your due diligence before you get into positions. Not financial advice, not anything like that. That's just being honest. But yeah, so I'm looking for myself. I'm looking to get into position if we do come any lower and actually dip below this, especially if we dip below this Fibonacci support level, that 236 level. But I won't get in again unless I get further confirmations by my indicators. So I'm looking to enter somewhere down here if the chart gives me the signal to do so. Not just because, I'm down here again. I'm not just going to play the pattern. I need to see further confirmations as well. But that's where I'm eyeballing right now. I have a target in mind. I'm just waiting for the call, guys. So that's what I'm looking for. Immediate short term, I still see us ranging between this channel. I think that would be the best case scenario for Ethereum. Again, there's a lot of good things happening for Ethereum. A lot of good things happening for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano, to be honest with you. But there's a lot of good things happening and development happening for Ethereum. If Ethereum 2.0 can nail it with the release, I think that'll be a really good thing for the Bitcoin price, or I'm sorry, for the Ethereum price. More scarcity just means higher price points. The more scarce an item is, the more valuable it is. So that's one thing we can look forward to. But again, that's a little bit down the line, and we can't front run news developments and stuff like that because they could get pushed back. ETH 2.0 has been getting pushed back and pushed back for years. So that's coming, but don't depend on it. Again, guys, you guys need further confirmation. So just go on one thing and bet your whole stack. But yeah, that's what I see happening for Ethereum. For Cardano, I don't really have anything charted except for this 24-minute upward trend line. Just because, again, I say this all the time: ETH, Cardano, ETH, Cardano. They look really similar because they are similar, guys. It's the price action has been very similar. Most alts are going to follow exactly what Ethereum does, and Ethereum's going to follow what Bitcoin does. So, it's a domino effect. Unfortunately, one day they'll break out on their own and be their own things, but that's what we're looking at right now. One thing with Cardano that I want to point out on the 24-minute time frame, as you can see here, I have this up still because to me, in my charting, the way I do chartings, I don't think it's invalidated just yet. I think it's still relevant. I think it's still in play, even though that 24-minute time uh, or trend line has been broken. Our support line has been broken. I think it's still relevant. And let me show you guys why. Is if you take this here and you see we had a bounce, we came back down because with every bounce, we come down. Another big, good bounce for quite a bit of time. We come back down. With every pump, there's a dump, right? With these yellow X's, like I said earlier, it shows us market manipulation. So we came back down to our support and then we were manipulated below that support. But as you can see, the bulls rallied here. We pumped it back up and now we're testing it as resistance. So the support line has now been flipped into resistance. But the reason why it's still relevant is I want to see if it gets broken. Do we keep testing it as resistance and can we flip it in the near future? And by that, I mean by the end of this week. So I want to see, we'll probably get pushed back down a little bit more. We'll rally, push back down a little bit more. We'll rally, probably test it as resistance, come back down, we'll rally, and hopefully break it later this week. But that's what I'm thinking is going to happen in the short term for ADA. That's, it's not a guarantee. That's just what I'm thinking is going to happen. And that's based off current price action for all of these. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking, guys. Hopefully that helps. Don't believe the FUD, guys. Before I close this video, I just want to say, don't believe the FUD, guys. Do your homework. Really understand these assets, and before you either get into investing or trading, know what you're getting into before you get into it. There's a lot of volatility right now. And to be honest with you, people make this argument and stuff like that. It's kind of funny to me that they're skeptical about cryptocurrencies because there's so much volatility and stuff like that. Well, with any new asset class or asset in general, when they first come out, there's a lot of volatility. Look at Amazon. When Amazon's a traditional stock, when it first came out, I mean, there was so much ping ponging. When Apple first came out, there's so much ping ponging. In retrospect, I know we've been out for years now with Bitcoin at least, but in the long, big picture, I mean, we're still in our infancy as far as adoption and it being mainstream to the world, guys. So like, look at the big picture. Do your homework about what you're getting into: Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADA. I'm really bullish in Ethereum. I have lots of holdings in Ethereum. I have a lot of very big holding in Cardano or ADA, just because I believe in the fundamentals. I believe in what their use case is being developed for. I believe in what they're trying to how they're trying to apply it and why they're trying to apply it to the world. So it's easier for me when I believe in a project to hold through any kind of volatility. So I highly suggest and this is just me suggesting. It's not advice because I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. But seriously, if you do your homework and you are more confident in what you're buying into, it's easier to hold through any kind of volatility. So just keep keep that in mind, guys, before you guys get into things. Just because I say I'm bullish on something doesn't mean you necessarily have to believe me 100%. I'm not forcing you to do anything, or nobody should. Don't believe anybody. Do your own homework, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that's what I see going on in the market right now and in the short to near future. Um, we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. Be blessed. Practice proper risk management. Don't over leverage. Stack your bags. Be profitable, guys. Be profitable. God bless. Peace.